The boxing source here checking in with the young man from Washington, D.C. We've had him on the channel before. He's back here with us. Jalil Major Hackett, what's going on?
How you, man? How you?
Doing all good, doing all good. So I see that you out here doing some work. I know that you got a fight coming up here in December. It should be over in Las Vegas, Nevada, right?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. And that's scheduled for December 15th. Looks like they're scheduling you for like around a 6-rounder.
Yes, sir.
And it's like it's scheduled to be your second 6-round bout, right?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. So like how you feeling like going into it here within like a couple weeks before fight time?
I feel good. This fight right here will be this will be my second fight of 2022. Finishing out the year strong. We're looking to get right back in there as soon as possible, being that we get this guy out of the way. So I feel good. I'm more than excited to get back in there.
Gotcha. Now I know that you've had, like you said, you had your one fight earlier this year, around May of this year. I think that was over in the Barclays Center, if I'm not mistaken. So you're, getting back into it here over in Las Vegas, Nevada. But you've been kind of like, staying in shape and doing multiple things here within your gym and also other gyms as well, correct?
Yes. I know in the time that I spent off, we did a lot of conditioning. We did a lot of sparring at different places. We actually, last month, we went to Vegas for a few weeks, to get some solid rounds in with different guys, just get different looks. And I've been using this time wisely.
Gotcha. Yeah, like you said, you've been, taking trips over there to Vegas a few times to, get some work in. So how's it like to, go over there in Vegas? I know that you've been pretty much around the Mayweather gym a few times and other things like that. So how does it feel to like get some work there over at Las Vegas?
It feels good. Going over there to their gym. We got, of course, Floyd's gym, pound for pound. Good work over at Pound for Pound's gym. Good work over at Coach Salas's gym. It's solid work all throughout Vegas. Like I said, different looks too. So, it was a great experience.
Yeah, gotcha. Now, was there like anything that kind of like stood out, being out there in Vegas in comparison to like working out in various gyms over here in the East Coast?
Honestly, as far as like this time of the year, their weather is better. They got the warm weather. What they may consider like is not so good weather. They got better weather than we got. We get 30 and 40 degree weather.
Yeah.
They got the 60s and the 70s around this time this year. So, that's the biggest thing to me for why we were out there in the winter months.
Yeah, gotcha. I mean, it's a whole lot different when you gotta go out and train and sometimes go out running, and you'll be out there like 40 degrees or something over here at home, but over there in Vegas or something, it'll be like 60, 70 degrees, so it's a little bit more comfortable out there.
Yeah, much more comfortable. Makes the camps a little bit more smooth, in my opinion. But no matter your situation, you still got to get the job done. So I've been doing all of my camps so far throughout my pro career have been in DC. Mm-hmm. So I did a half of a camp for my pro debut. I did half of that camp in Vegas, but all of my camps have been here in DC.
Yeah, gotcha. And like you said, you've been doing camps here in DC with your trainer and your father, Coach Bernard Hackett. I've like talked with him a few times about your development, how you've been doing over the course of your professional career. Now, how do you see your dad kind of like seeing your progression in each of your professional fights up to this point?
He's definitely seeing growth. After every fight, we always watch, and we watch to criticize. We don't watch to praise. So like he'll tell me little things he's seen that I did incorrect. That as I climb the ladder, it's like guys with more experience are going to capitalize on those things. So you got to fix them now while you can, and why it's going to cost you less before you get up on the big stage. And, it could cost you a lot.
Yeah, gotcha. I mean, he sees that, while you're sparring and also, while you're doing workout sessions, because, I've been there with you while you've had your dad watching, and he'll see what you're doing and say, okay, you might have did this correct, but you didn't follow it up with something else, like he would have told you. So he just works with you on that until you pretty much like get it right. So that at least once you are, in there in the ring and you pretty much have that down pat, then he won't have to worry about much.
Yeah, and more often than not, we work on things and, we do it. A lot of people say, I'm gonna do it till I do it right. We try and get it to the point where you're doing it until you don't know how to do it wrong. I feel like that's when you got complete mastery of it. So, that'd be the biggest focus.
Gotcha. Now, given that you've had a number of fights, around the 147-pounder welterweight division, now a number of people that see you walking around or whatnot, whether it's around the time of the fights or whether it's like during your off time, you say, man, that's a big kid. I mean, you're there around nearly 6 feet, but kind of like floating around there around the welterweight division. So like how is it to like kind of like stay within that particular weight range, even like months before you could pretty much be set up for a fight?
A lot of time people ask like, man, we see you be big and then you get small as far as the weight. It's the team around you. Like, if you letting everybody do their job, as far as you got the nutritionist and stuff like that, you got the strength coach telling you these are going to be the days we burn hard right here. These going to be the days we relax, stuff like that. That's when it makes the camps much more fluent and it makes it easy to get it off. And another thing is, even when I'm not fighting and I get bigger with muscle. Like, can't nobody ever say they seen me not getting prepared for a fight and like I had a gut, like,
right,
or anything like that. I just got bulky. So when it's time to get ready for a fight, I just slow down on the weights and work on like, cutting my actual weight off. So when it's time to fight, I'll be ready.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, like you say, you pretty much don't have that much, like say water weight or fat, things like that. But once you kind of like get close to fight time, then you kind of like, work things out to, try to shed whatever weight is left so that once you do get to those couple of days before fight time, you're pretty much around the weight that you need to be before the fight.
Yeah, like I always tell people, if it ain't broke, so I ain't gonna try and fix it. The team that I got around me as far as maintaining my weight or making sure I make weight, they've been doing it right, so ain't no need to change it.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, you give props to of course, your father and trainer. You also give props to your nutritionist and your strength and conditioning coach. They're all a team that works together in one unit to make sure that you're pretty much in your prime, like your prime optimal weight and in your peak condition before the fight. So, props to, the whole team for that. Now, going into this bout here in Las Vegas that you have in December, I know that we talked like a couple of days earlier that you want to, get through this particular fight and then kind of like position yourself for another fight soon. So you want to be as busy as possible. You want to stay active going into 2023. Is that correct?
Yes. I know this year I fought once in May, and this will be my second fight in December of this year. I know going into 2023, I wanted to get a little bit more active, probably get about 5 or 6 fights, next year. Honestly, stepping up, not only the competition, but like, the rounds too.
Yeah.
I know by the end of the next year, I want to be in at least my first or second 8-rounder. So, that's a big focus to me because that's about your growth as an overall fighter.
Right, yeah, and like you said, you step up in competition, but you also, like you said, step up in rounds. You've only had, like a few 4-round bouts, scheduled 4-round bouts, and then this is like your second bout that's scheduled for 6 rounds. So like you said, going into next year, you want to get right into about those 8-round scheduled bouts to say, hey, okay, I know that, I could do this. I've been conditioning myself for this type of thing. So get me in there in those like 8-round scheduled bouts because I feel like I'm ready to do that.
Yeah, and it's all about, growth and proper development. If I feel like I'm ready and my team feel like I'm ready, they'll say, all right, we're going to put you in the 8. See how I do in the 8. Might give me a tougher opponent who I'm not going to be able to knock out as easy. And, see if he goes the whole 8 fluently, no hiccups or anything. get 2 or 3 of those, then move up to a 10. So, it's all about development. My biggest goal is being better than I was my last fight. If I'm being better and better every time, that's good. If I feel like I'm stagnating, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Now you talked about your team. We mentioned your trainer, strength and conditioning coach, and also your nutritionist. But you also have talent scout. You have Derek Curry that's here in the Washington D.C. area. That's had his eye on you for a good little minute through the amateurs. How is it working with Derek Curry and also with other members of Mayweather Promotions?
It's good. Derek has always, had my back from the start, from the time we met. I met Derek back when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So from then all the way up till now, he's always, backed me 100%, always vouched for me 100% when it comes to everything. So, with him working with me, managing me, and being a part of the Mayweather Promotions team too, it definitely gave me a big push.
Yeah, most definitely. And I know that you've had that push there from Derek Curry, and also, like I said, with members of your team, as you see that your dad is coming here, stepping in the building. So we know that once you have that team, and like you said, you've been working with that team ever since, 15, 16, 17 years old, once you kind of started your professional career, that you pretty much have everything you need while you're going over your professional career, so you really don't have to worry about much other than just stepping in the ring and doing what you need to do.
And that's what I like about my situation the most. My biggest concern is fighting. I ain't got to worry about going to go find my own fights, or who's gonna do what throughout camp, or I ain't got to worry about nothing but fighting. So it's a great feeling.
Yeah, gotcha. And that kind of goes into, what you have. I see, on your shirt at the bottom there, it says boxing is my life. And, that's pretty much like how you go about things. You don't really have to worry about, much outside of boxing. You can just focusing on do what you need to do, whether it's, being in the gym or, training outside the gym, working out, or, sparring outside of, your home gym or whatever it is. It's just boxing and that's it.
This has been what I wanted to do since I was 8 years old. I always told myself that I was going to be a professional boxer. So it's like, if you commit to something from that young of an age, you get to the point where I am now, you just starting your career as a young prospect, ain't no need to throw it away. You gave your whole life to it.
Mm-hmm.
Spent birthdays in the gym. It's Thanksgiving. I'm in the gym right now. So it's like, you ain't do all of this just to, not see it all the way through.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this definitely ain't the first Thanksgiving that you've been in the gym. I mean,
I was in the gym last year on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Shit, I've been in the gym plenty of times on Thanksgiving, on birthdays, on Christmas.
Yeah.
But when you got something you're chasing in your mind, you always telling yourself it's gonna pay off. It's gonna be worth it.
Exactly. And sometimes, when you have that mentality, you know what you need to do in order to make sure that everything falls into place. And if you definitely work hard at it, you're definitely gonna get to the goal that you're trying to reach there. So whether it's, like you said, Thanksgiving, birthdays, Christmas, any type of holiday, if you're in the gym, you're in the gym. But you know that all that work's gonna pay off in the end.
Yeah, no, definitely. I just feel like, when you locked in on something, if you really locked in on it, you're gonna do whatever you gotta do to get it. But if you just faking it, then it's like, I can afford to take this day off, or maybe I shouldn't run them extra miles. I don't need it. And it'll show.
Right.
You getting them bigger fights.
Exactly. Once them, you have those couple. You can say, like I said, you don't run the extra mile, or you take about a couple hours off, or whatever it is. Like I said, it'll show in the fights. Whether you end up winning, but you get caught in something that you weren't supposed to get caught in, or just things don't fall your way. Like, your preparation is gonna pretty much be shown once you're there in the ring. So you can't cut corners, no shortcuts on that. So working hard and doing all that stuff before you get in the ring, it'll show up in the ring.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. But thanks there for taking the time to talk with the Boxing Source. Jalil Major Hackett, like I said, he's going to be back in action in December in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you're definitely going to be seeing more of him in the ring in 2023.
Sure, man. I appreciate your time.
Gotcha.